Along your spiritual path, you might have come across the term, the veil is thinning. What does it mean? The veil is commonly known as the veil or the curtain that separates the physical reality and the non-physical reality. That is the big picture of it, but there's actually more to it, more deeper meanings to the thinning of the veil. And in this video, I want to share with you 10 ways how the thinning of the veil is affecting you. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ascension Vortex. My name is Tiffany. If this is the first time that we're meeting, welcome. I'm an international master healer, mystic teacher, and a divine channel. And for this video, I was sitting down asking my guides, well, the veil is thinning. We hear this term a lot, but what does it really mean? And what are some of the things that you want me to share? And I asked my spirit guides, the masters of light and ascended masters, to help me channel some of these information. So some of these information are already out there, but I find that all of us can gain a little bit of deeper understanding when we put the bigger picture together. So I'm sure that there's way more than 10 points, but to keep everything in short, to the point, and precise, these are the 10 most important things that I would like to share today. So number one, as the veil is thinning, you will start to sense the separation between you and your past loved ones, your spirit guides, and any etheric beings diminishing over time. One of the telltale signs of the veil is thinning is being able to see your past loved ones or be able to communicate with them in a much clearer manner. So don't freak out if you're listening to this right now. It's actually for us returning back to our truth. And I say this because there has been a lot of programming on this planet about how we are separated, our lives are so compartmental. And part of us as light workers returning and incarnating onto this planet is to bring forth this truth once again into the collective consciousness to liberate humanity. And one of the most important things for us to remember is that we are not separated from Source. We are not separated from our loved ones. We're not separated from our spiritual guides or higher self. There is quite a lot to talk about. I can probably go on and make another video about this, but it's very important for you to remember that the veil is thinning and become more conscious of some of the signs or experiences that you are getting. So I'll give you an example. When my grandmother came back to visit me, she's always been really close to my heart ever since my spiritual awakening, and she passed away shortly after. I was sitting in the living room once, and one of the mandarin from our plant just came off and rolled slowly towards me, and it stopped right in front of me. And I was like, I know somebody's here. And when I tuned in a little deeper, I felt that it was my grandmother's presence. And she have came to say hello to me because it was one of my uncle's time to pass. So it was just like an affirmation that don't worry, I've got him on this other side. So, you know, all is at ease, all is at peace. There's also have been my other clients where their grandmother talked to them through symbol, right? Maybe through a rose, maybe through a heart. I have a guardian angel that always talk to me through older women when I'm having like a really rough day, or at times when I'm feeling really upset. Older women would just come to me randomly and start dropping these truth bombs and wisdom to me. And I'm like, whoa, okay. That instantly uplifted my vibration. So I knew that it was the same guardian angel that has been helping me out throughout my life. So pay attention to these signs that your loved ones, your guides are speaking to you. And I get that a lot of my students sometimes ask me, well, I don't hear them. Is there something wrong? Does that mean I'm not open anymore? That's not true, right? You cannot unexpand yourself. I always believe that as you expand, as you grow, it's very hard for a leaf to shrink itself, right? If you're growing, you're expanding. So what usually happens if you don't hear your guides is that they're giving you space and the room that you need to empower yourself. Usually, sometimes you'll find that they step away a little bit just as you going through a major shift, because they need to give you that space and room to go inwards, to look deeper and find your own inner strength. Sometimes I find that people can become too dependent on their spirit guides, like, oh, tell me everything that I need to know. That's not the purpose of guides. High level guides, they want to empower you. They would not always tell you what to do. That's against your free will, and that's not empowering or helpful. So you'll find that sometimes they do step back a little bit just to give you that room to grow deeper and higher. Number 2, all of your clear abilities, intuition, psychic senses is going to be way more in tune, accurate, and it's going to come to you a lot more easier. So I've been hearing a lot of people, clients, students, workshop participants telling me all these crazy stories, synchronicities, and how the things that they're feeling or predicting is coming true. So these are just some of the X-Men abilities that you are reactivating. We actually all have these abilities in our inherent templates. It's all within our DNA. It's just that through the density, through a lot of programming, we have kind of been suppressed in a lot of ways that I won't get into too much in this video. But as the veil is thinning, right, the light is really here to help us. You want to think of yourself almost like a plant, right? Yes, you can survive in low light situation, but if there's more light, right, we never say no to more light. We'll bring in more light and you grow, you become even brighter. Right, just like this plant, when it gets more and more light, it has these yellow patterns. It's just like us. When we got more light, we get more abilities. We get expanded view of wisdom and consciousness. Number 3 is that you become more aware and conscious of timeline shifts and energetic shifts that is happening within yourself, Mother Gaia, in the solar system, and on the galactic whole. There's a lot of energy that is being shifted right now. On the individual level, you might find yourself, right, being caught in situations where you're forced to choose. Do I keep going on this old path, knowing that it's not aligned to who I am or my mission? Or am I going to take this new path that is going to bring me more joy, more in alignment to a 5D earth, the new earth? You're going to be presented those opportunities. These are all opportunities. You want to think of yourself like a train track. You're moving forward, and there's many different paths at any given time that you can take, right? These are timelines. And for example, if your current vibration is directed towards this side, or through your own inner work, you realize, I don't really want to go that path anymore. It's not really in alignment with who I am. You have the choice, right, to alchemize the inner vibrations within you to change and shift into a different path, into a different timeline. Mother Gaia is going through this through the Mandela effect. The solar system as a whole is going through this huge area in the universe where there's just this immense amount of positive photons and a lot of activities that's forcing us to raise our vibration, sprout, and become that beautiful galactic civilization that we are meant to be part of. Number 4 is that as the veil is thinning, it will help you remember who you are, starseeds, your origins, your past life. It will also help you remember your divine truth, your life purpose, and help you become more spiritually activated. And so within yourself, you'll find some days you're sitting and then all of a sudden you get a vision of a past life and you're like, whoa, okay. When that happens, I usually ask my higher self, is this something that I need to heal or transform, something that I need to know, or is it just like a flash of moment that just came out? Sometimes it's just a flash of moments. Sometimes is actual work is needed. So there's a lot of integration, a lot of remembrance that's happening to us. Number 5 is returning back to the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. And this is really, I want to speak more about the divine feminine energy. The divine feminine energy is really about tuning into the cosmic flow of the universe. And the masculine energy is very much a good balance to that. Is the protector, the guardian, the leader. The feminine and the masculine express itself in different ways, leads in different ways, but is very complementary to each other, just like the Kundalini channel and the DNA helix. And so it's really important for you to tune into the goddess energy, rather you are, and it really doesn't matter if you are a male or female, because this energy, yin and yang, is within all of us, right? We just need to be in more alignment and maybe become more aware on what are some of our strengths and what are some of our weaknesses. When we are in divine alignment with the flow, and a lot of ancient teachings have talked about this, there are cosmic flows that we can tune into. There are places, portals, such as Mount Shasta, such as Machu Picchu, such as the Great Pyramids. These are all energetic portals. There are certain times with the calendar. And also, we ourselves are energetic portals. We can create, right? We can manifest through spiritual energy into this physical realm. And so, you know, how exciting is that? I think that that's what most of us were thinking when we were like in our higher dimensions. Be like, what do you mean we can like manifest things with our minds into the physical reality? Well, let's try it. Let's give it a go. And then here we are. So now it's really time for us to tune back into the flow with the cosmognomic energy of the universe and really be in alignment with your higher heart, with the flow of life, the sacred geometry that's all around us. Number 6, very exciting. Healing and transformation is going to take less time. Releasing karmic blockages is going to take less time as well. So for me, I don't know if you guys have noticed this in your journey as well. Before 2012, my healing journey was so slow. It was like I was on a train going on gear 1. It was like so slow, so excruciating. It's not really going anywhere. And then after 2012, things started to move a little bit more. And then when it came 2016, it was like gear 4, and then went to gear 5 really quickly. My higher self was like, girl, you gotta do your inner work, you gotta raise your vibration. And then it's like, shoo, 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 here's a book, here's a workshop, here's a spiritual teacher, here's a video, do your work. And I was just like, wow, on like gear 5, doing all of my inner work. But I also noticed that if I'm working on a specific blockage, it would take me much longer before. Whereas now, if I have a blockage, I can transmute it very quickly compared to a few years ago. And a lot of spiritual teachers, right, have talked about this. Karma can actually be cleansed completely in this lifetime when you do the inner work. And it really comes down to being in service to others, being more loving, being more forgiving to others, and doing your own inner work, taking care of your physical body and so forth. So it's a really exciting time. It's almost as if I feel like I came into this life to cleanse all of my karma from the other lifetime as much as I can, so I can be of a light being and be in service to others as much as I can. So I welcome this inner work. I welcome this healing because I know that I feel better afterwards. I feel more empowerment afterwards. So, and one key takeaway here for you guys, right? If some of you, I hear this a lot, oh, another layer is coming up. I thought I healed this already. Does that mean I'm not healing properly? Does that mean the healing I was doing before didn't work? Does it mean that I'm not supposed to ascend? Or does it mean that I'm not loving or light enough? That's not true. It's in fact the opposite. You feel like, right, this is your innate energy, right, attuned to source and attuned to your higher self, and maybe this is where you at. And there are some blockages here, right? We all have those. We have shadows, and not only for our own shadows, a lot of light workers, we actually doing collective clearing. So there's always a few things for us to work on, and that's what makes this journey exciting. And so at many moments in time, you are working in alignment towards the center, right? Your center of wholeness, of integration, of ascension. But for you to get to know that you have these layers and to get to where this divine alignment point is, You have to do your inner work. And a lot of people, right, and we honor each of our journey. Sometimes they're not ready, sometimes they're not at the point of their journey yet. But the fact that you're finding these layers to heal means that you are on the right track. You are doing the work that you need to do to get into divine alignment. So don't ever feel like you're less than, you're not worthy, or not deserving of ascension. That's not true. You are in own of ascension. It's already happening to you right now. If you're listening to this video, trust in yourself, believe in yourself. Number 7 is one of my favorite topic, and that is merging with your multidimensional self. And a lot of starseeds have been doing this. I see a lot of visions of myself from so many other timelines and galactic selves, cosmic selves. I have also been working with a lot of awakening starseeds. They're downloading their spiritual gifts. Some are downloading light language. Some are downloading light symbols. Some are downloading their healing abilities. Some of them are doing their channeling abilities. So as you merge with your multi-dimensional self, you're accessing the akashic realm, right? All of your past lives, right, are pretty much your multi-dimensional life, because time is not really linear, right? You want to think about it almost like a hologram. You're a hologram, right, accessing all of this wisdom that is available to you. Your multidimensional selves, some of them acts as your spirit guides, your avian selves, your mantis selves, your Pleiadian selves acts as your spirit guides in this temporal self. Number 8 is returning back to oneness and unity consciousness. And you'll find that as you're on your awakening journey, you'll be drawn to find your soul tribe. If you're someone that wants to open a retreat center, if you are someone that wants to build small, self-sustainable community, if you are a healer like myself, you're going to slowly find yourself in those areas, people with the same vision as you do. It's really time for starseeds to come and unite with each other. We need to do this as a team. We cannot afford to wait for other star beings, our alliance, to come and do the work for us or rescue us, because that's still in a disempowered state. So really it comes down to us. We are the one that we've been looking for, really coming into unity and oneness consciousness. I know that it is a delicate balance. Sometimes as you're coming into oneness consciousness, you might experience the shadow, the polarity in the third dimension. You might find that before you used to put up with a lot of toxic behaviors or behaviors that doesn't really do you good or make you healthy, you slowly start to find yourself having more strength and courage to distance yourself from things that hurt you and harm you in any ways. And this is also part of this awakening, right? The veil is thinning. You're starting to see beyond just this reality. As you move up in vibration, instead of being in the 3rd floor and just seeing this much on the horizon, you can raise your vibration up, let's say to the 5th floor, and you'll be able to see far more in this perspective. So allow yourself to be united with your soul family. Talk to your higher self, right? Ask your higher self, I'm ready to meet my soul tribe, I'm ready to find them, and I'm ready to take action towards that. Number 9, as the veil is thinning, that means within ourselves, we will also be forced to go into the dark night of the soul, the spiritual awakening, where light and shadows, instead of being two separate things, are both sides of the same coin. So as light workers, we really have to be conscious of not bypassing with love and light. We also have to illuminate some of our shadows or blind spots or deep emotional subconscious wounds or programming with the light of our consciousness. Don't be afraid of your shadows. Don't be afraid of your wounds. A lot of times when I work with clients, I do inner child work, and I run a lot of workshops and courses about the inner child. And sometimes the deepest part, the most painful part of ourselves that we don't want to connect with represents a part of our most innocent, vulnerable, and powerful selves, which is the inner child. So if you want to learn more about shadow work, you can watch my other videos that I've done before on the shadow work. And you can also, if you're interested, reach out to me as well. I do have private sessions, online workshops, courses, more about shadow work, because it's not scary. Shadow work is really, to me, a form of light work, because I will start from the light, go in, find the shadow, accept it, feel it, go through it, heal it, and I come back lighter. So all shadow work is just another form of light work. Number 10 is that you are the magician. You are the priestess. You are the wizard. Your manifesting power is going to be increased by a lot more. So not only is your manifesting power increased on the individual level, if we come together as light workers to manifest a project, a charity, or mission, it's just going to be exponentially increased as well. And this is where I feel a lot of channelers and teachers have already channeled that victory is with the light forces. The dark's power over us is dissipating. And this is also part of the reason why they cannot stop this natural progression of ascension. And as more starseeds and more light workers awaken to their inherent powers, to their soul purpose, and to their divine potential, it's just going to be explosive. The light is going to shine so bright all along the grid lines of Mother Gaia. So let's do this, team. Let's bring in more light into the hearts of humanity by being our authentic self, forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, loving ourselves, loving others, being service to others as best that we can. Do our best. That's really all we can do at the end of the day. So out of the 10 things that we have explored today, which of the 10 resonates you with the most? Maybe you have experienced all 10 of them. I would love to hear from my fellow starseeds and lightworkers. Give us a comment below. It's not really just for me, it's for us. So as you comment, other starseeds can also see it and be in the unity consciousness, right, as much as we can. So this is why I always encourage you to share your experience, to activate your throat chakra, and to share. And if you've enjoyed today's content, give me a thumbs up on the video or subscribe to my channel for more epic content coming up in the future. If you would like to work with me on a private setting through sessions, I do see people online or in person if you live in Toronto, Canada. I also offer a lot of online courses and trainings and training programs if you want to heal yourself, or maybe you want to also unlock your spiritual gifts and become a healer to start your own heart-centered business. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Now go out there and work your magic.